What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel and to my FIFA 21 Team of the Week prediction series. We're back with the series today, consisting of me just chatting about what's to come for the game as usual, explaining which players I expect to see featured throughout the weeks to come, how the cards might look, and most importantly how it might affect the market. Again, any of you that are wondering, the videos are obviously a little bit shorter, as you can see, more compact though, and of course for the same amount of information, if not more, and hopefully you guys have preferred that so far and will continue to. And so if you do go on to enjoy this video and these sort of videos, make sure as always to subscribe to the channel with your notifications on if you haven't already, just to never miss any uploads when they go live. As I carry on with any promo predictions as well, I will be doing Future Stars Team 2 coming throughout the week, so make sure you stay tuned, as well as any other sort of content that maybe you have suggestions on. But with that little intro out the way, we will get on with the predictions, starting with the bench as always, the typically lesser important section, just to ease us into the video as I always say, and starting with the first four being Perrin of Genoa, James Justin of Leicester City, of course, Laborde of Liga 1, and Jesse Lingard as a brand new transfer card. Of course, they haven't brought out many transfer cards yet. That'll probably come with winter refresh. Maybe we'll have to wait and see. But as you can see, he's on loan, I think. A pretty interesting signing, no less. And it'd be even more interesting, again, to see if he'd actually keep up this sort of form as we move over and on to the next lot in Almiron of Newcastle, as he managed to score twice. David of Lille, finally getting a once-to-watch upgrade after so many months. And Nsame with his hat-trick for young boys in the Swiss League. Almiron in place of a potential Saint-Maximin feature, ASM, or as Gucci headband as some people call him, having assisted twice also in that game. But anyways, with the bench over and done with, we will move on to the starting 11 now, and with the goalkeeper spot and defence up ahead with Manuel Neuer, one of the most famous keepers ever. Of course, you all know him of Bayern Munich. Angelino of Leipzig, again a very pretty decent player, especially in terms of form. He's quite up there. Rafael Varane as an almost definite pick, definite feature, unfortunately some might say, and Donk of Galatasaray, having scored and assisted, keeping the clean sheet, as did their keeper Muslera, who could also be featuring instead of him as the secondary keeper option, I could say. And Angelino, the Spanish wing-back, as I'll focus on him, continuing on his form, as I mentioned, in the German league, the Bundesliga. So surprised that City actually ended up releasing him, especially with their whole lack of decent dedicated left backs in their squad, despite the size of their squad. But yeah, ultimately we will move on anyways with the midfield up next, as typically the best set of players, as I always say every single time, starting with Oyarzabal, very hefty overall, playing for Real Sociedad under Emery, I believe. Bruno Fernandes, of course everyone knows him. He is one of the most famous footballers going at the moment in terms of just reaching all the headlines, whether you hate him or love him, or I guess you just admire how good he is and how well he's performing. Now with his goal and 2 assists in the midweek fixture, the 9-0 against Southampton in the Premier League, and then his mega goal against Everton obviously as well. Ilkay Gundogan, the German international, I mentioned him in the last video. I predicted him last time to be in the squad, and obviously he didn't feature. So surely he does this time. I don't see how he couldn't. And of course, if he wasn't to, I'd say you'd have to assume, in some way won the Premier League Player of the Month. And then finally, Monaco's hat-trick hero with the 3 goals and 1 assist, Golovin, as you can see, to round off this section. And swiftly moving on to the attackers. I won't stay on all these sections for too long. As I said, the videos will be a little bit shorter. Ibrahimovic, whatever you want to call him, Zlatan, having scored twice and assisted once for AC Milan. I saw a few people say that maybe he wouldn't feature, and I'm not sure what the reason for that is, but obviously not knowing that and seeing the actual performances and just the top form that he's on, surely he has to get some sort of recognition. And the 2 Dutchmen, as you can see, in Donyell Malen and Memphis Depay, also carrying their sides. I think they both scored braces, so fair play to them. As far as the Silver Stars section goes for this week's likely candidate, I've got Seibatchu of Rennes, I believe is how you say his name. Again, pretty difficult name. Not a very exciting card overall. I don't really think the Silver Stars has gone too well we could actually see it be a future Silver Stars objective, and that would be quite interesting to see. I am going to mention the honourable mentions here being the ASM featuring. We could also see Rebic or Goncalves, as you see, or even Foden for his absolute masterclass against Liverpool for City at the weekend. But yeah, as I mentioned before, I am going to keep the videos quite short, and so if you did actually enjoy the video, make sure that you leave a like rating, of course, and stick around for the channel for more content like this by subscribing if you haven't already, like I mentioned. I do appreciate all your support, and I will continue to upload on the channel, and I'll see you next time. Peace.